really the Jews according to the Bible. That's what I'm saying to you. So they actually the chief cornerstone of Satan's house. That's what Revelations 2 and 9 said. The last book of the Bible, right? Why the Bible says that is because they are not the real Jews according to the Bible, right? And we could prove to you who are the real Jews or who are the real Israelites, who's really Israel as a nation of people, right? So you know about the story of Moses, right? So Moses, he was with the Israelites, right? Gave them the covenant. He told them two things. Hey, keep the covenant. Hey, live, be blessed, and be above all nations of people. And he also gave them what? A curse. And if they don't listen, this was going to happen to them. Bring me Deuteronomy 28:15.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
The Lord told Moses that tell the Israelites if they don't listen, hearken means to hear, right? If they don't listen to the Lord thy God, what?
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all the curses are going to come upon them if they don't hearken to the Lord commandments and statutes and do them, right? This is the first curse that the Most High God said to him that's going to happen to him. Read this out, King.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So the Lord said the Israelites are going to be cursed in the city. Who's known to be cursed in the city? As a nation of people. As a...
We were enslaved 400 years, right?
Okay. So would you say that would fit us mostly, right? Cursed in the city, getting shot down at a rapid rate, got all the gang violence in our communities, right? That's all cursed, right? And he also said cursed in the field. And like you said, he was in slavery, right? Nobody can say they was ever cursed in the field except for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Right? The so-called white men, they was in the slave field, but what? They was indentured service, meaning they was work for hire, or they was one controlling it, mostly, right? So they said they was cursed in the city and cursed in the field. That's two curses that the Lord placed on the Israelites that they would have, right? Let me get verse 32.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
He said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another. What do that sound like, sister? Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Slavery still, right? You seen the movie Roots, right? Kunta Kinte daughter got taken and got shipped to a whole nother providence, and he couldn't even see his daughter no more, right? Shalom, King. That happens majority a lot of time. That was happening to slavery. Even today, you got CPS. They will take your children, and you don't have the might in your hand to get them out of that situation. Meaning you don't have the resources, you don't have the money, you don't know what to call. You got to jump through all these obstacles just so you can get your children back, right? Bring this up.
Unto another people, in thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Right, that's that might. You don't have the might to get them out. All you doing is wishing and hoping that you get your children back, right?
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Right. So that's another curse, right? Let me get verse 54.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54.
No, we not moving, brother.
So that the man that is tender among you,
right? The man that was tender among you, right?
And very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Right. So the Lord said you were once tenderhearted, loving one to another. But now, this curse, I'm gonna place that you hate this man. What do that sound like, sister? Slave hate, right? So if you hating your own brother, that he looks just like me, but I hate him. That's that gang violence, the mentality we have, right? That color banging, that block banging, whatever you want to call it, that all happens in our community at a rapid rate, right? Would you say the Jewish man, that the Jewish people go through that? Or do they go in business with each other? and make money with each other. They actually own a lot of the media that goes around in the world, right? They own most of these skyscrapers. They own most of these blocks, right? And it's family owned. They got blocks like Jewish communities. What communities do we have? Right? No, we got hoods. They got communities and we got hoods. Yeah, we did. And what happened to those? Got burned down, right? So the Lord said, hey, these people was tender-hearted one another. Now they got an evil eye towards one another, and we the same people. Continue on.
And towards his wife, and toward the wife of his bosom,
and even to his women. Don't we have a lot of hate crime versus our black men beating on our women, not loving our women the way we're supposed to? Is that a real problem in our community too? Right? And it says what?
And toward the remnant of his children.
Right. He said, now even towards your children. What is the black man known for with his children? Or used to be known for, I should say. I'm talking about in a negative aspect. Do most of the children grow with their fathers? Right? Most of the children is abandoned by their fathers, even by prison system, death, or just never. They ain't dealing with them. Right? Bring this out.
And toward the remnant of his children, right, which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
The Lord said He's gonna place a curse to where the man's gonna be absent from home. Right? And we know we go through that as a nation of people. Would you agree with that, brother? A lot of single parent households, right? We could just go through the curses about the Lord placing on the Israelites. We're trying to find out who the Israelites are according to today's society, right? And all these things is all the lining up of who are the Israelites. Is this making sense, sister?
It does, but I'm more interested in knowing what are the breaking of these curses that are in the Bible.
Okay.
Prosper and elevate.
How do we prosper and elevate? Okay. Only reason why we gotta identify is where we was to get where we going, right? So we got to get the solution, right? That's the whole idea of it, because most of our people don't know who they are, right? So what I'm trying to tell you, tell the family over here is that we'll be the Israelites, because we identify with these curses that the Lord placed on us in 2024 to show us who we are according to the Bible.
That's right.
Because like you said, you thought so-called Jewish men, they was the real Jews, but they not. We are the real Jews. Right? And they not. We the Israelites according to the Bible. Everything lines up to the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. All the hardships, all the things that we go through, why we always feel the way we feel, it's all through the Bible. And the Lord placed those things on us so we got identified, because in 2024, we don't know who we are. So that's the reason why I'm showing you the curses, so we'll know where we came from. Identify it so we could get the solution. Right?
Is this like, I guess I'm trying to figure out how you guys identify as like black Israelites?
No, sir. Black is just a color.
Or African Israelites?
No, black is just a color. African is really it's named after so-called white men. Right? So I wouldn't even classify myself as an African. That's a white term. Colonial term that is named after a so-called white man that named Africa after itself.
That's right.
Which his name is Leo Scipius Africanus, defeated Hannibal in the Punic Wars.
That's right. I guess where do you relate to
Well, I don't relate to none of those things, because most of our people here in America are in South Africa or South America and all across the world. Because that's another curse, is our people it's going to be scattered everywhere in the world. So right now, our people's not. Some people are, but not our people as a whole, right? So the sister asked, how do we get out of this situation? But sister, the ultimate thing is, do you believe that you're Israelite? Okay. I'm gonna snap it so it can kind of register even more. I'm gonna get the last curse for you, right? Because the curses is a sign and a wonder for you, so you'll know exactly who you are.
That's right.
Let me get verse 68. Let me give Deuteronomy chapter 5.
Come on, bring that up.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right. It said the Lord said, I'm gonna bring ye back into Egypt again. Egypt, according to the Bible, is synonymous with bondage.
That's right.
I'm prove it as well.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 6.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
From where?
From the house of bondage.
Egypt literally means bondage, according to any studies. You can go back to the etymology of the word Egypt. It goes back to the word bondage.
That's right.
Or two hearts in the straits. So the Lord said, I'm gonna bring you back into Egypt again, or I'm gonna bring you back into what? Slavery, captivity again, because it's all synonymous, right? By what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
And that's how we came into America, right? In 1619 or in the 1500s.
That's right.
We came over here from the west coast of Africa. They put us on cargo slave ships, and now we here in America now in 2024. Right? So that's how we know. All these things that I read to you is points, but this one you can't deny. All that.
Repeat the chapter.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
That's right.
And I brought out Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6 to identify what Egypt means, right? So that verse right there solidifies nobody never went through that situation but us as a people.
That's right.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans as a whole, right? So that's how we know we'll be Israelites according to the Bible.
Right.
Not black Hebrew Israelites, not African Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew Israelites from your respective tribe. You could be a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, Issachar, Naphtali, Asher, the list goes on.
Right.
Right? There's 12 of them. So, hopefully you know your lineage and things like that. But so the sister asked, how do we get out of this situation? Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken
Now, if you listen to the Lord thy God,
diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
that's
right.
how we get out of this situation, sister. You got to listen to the Lord, and follow and do his commandments, his law, statutes, commandments. That's how we get back on top where you said. That's the solution, right? So the solution is now we got to know what are the commandments. Do y'all know any commandments of the Lord? As Israelites, of course. Because the Lord ain't dealing with black people and African American
Do you
people.
believe that we are like a lost diaspora Israelite tribe that are brown black from the continent?
Well, I don't believe it. The Bible states it. I'm only reading what the Bible stated, and then I could go into archaeology, I could go into history, I could go to many different things that shows and backs up the claims that I'm saying. So yes, I do believe that I am an Hebrew Israelite.
In relation to Ethiopian Jews or
What about Ethiopian Jews?
in relation to
Okay, that's another point. Hopefully you got time, brother. I could tackle that point. I don't want to divert of how we the law, statute, commandments. Hold that point. You said Ethiopian Jews. I remember that.
Just say where I can find you guys online or
Oh,
share any content.
Listen, I got a flyer for you, sister. Right, sister?
Thank you for the time. Thanks for being on.
Right, sister. You gotta repent, sister, and keep the commandments of the Lord. You can find the commandments of the Lord in the first 5 books. Right, sister? All right, so you're saying about the Ethiopian Jews, right? Do you understand what we're bringing out, brother?
A little bit.
Okay. Do you know any commandments of the Lord?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me commandments.
Not steal.
That's a good one. That's a good one. A lot of people be stealing. Do you know anything about the Sabbath day? Don't you know anything about the Sabbath day?
Keep it holy.
Right. Keep it holy. What day is the Sabbath day?
Seventh day.
What day is the Sabbath day?
Sunday.
You sure about that? You're right. 7th day, holy. I agree with you. But it's Sunday is the Sabbath day. That's the
Saturday.
Saturday. That's the
Saturday
S.
is the first day.
Sunday is the first day of the week. Saturday is the 7th day. Why? You know that? Go through history. The council of Nicaea and the different councils, they end up implementing paganism with the Bible, and now they have, that's why they changed it from from Saturday to Sunday, which is the sun worship, right? You could read about that in, about the Roman Christian empire. So you're right. So Saturday will actually be the holy day that you're supposed to do and keep as the Sabbath day, brother. But you're right. You say keep it holy the seventh day, right? So you can kind of get study up on that, brother, because you can see that they actually changed it from that from Saturday to Sunday, right? So that's a good one. Do you know anything about the dietary law? You know anything about the dietary law, brother?
No.
No?
No, I do. I was just trying to say it out loud. So no dirty food, or you can't eat from dirty animals.
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
So I believe this is a Old Testament law. So pork, beef, and fish without scales.
You said beef?
Beef.
I
I don't know, but okay, maybe not that.
Pork, yeah.
Some do. They don't eat beef.
Pork,
Okay.
yeah.
But pork and fish without scales, I know for sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not so sure about anything else.
That's it's a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But mostly our people love pork.
Yep.
We love crab, shrimp, and lobster.
Yep.
Right? And oysters and all those different things that think that's delicacies in there. But they really bottom feeders and dirty, filthy animals, like you were saying, creatures. So you can find those in Leviticus 11. But you said one thing, that was the Old Testament. So you think these laws don't apply in the New Testament?
Well, definitely the Ten Commandments something too.
Let me get
But
Isaiah.
I am definitely getting confused when it comes to how which ones take precedence, the old ones or the new ones.
Well, they all the same. They all the same commandments as from the Old Testament, right? 66 and 15, right? Bring this out.
This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
4 and 1.
This is Baruch chapter 4 and 1.
Bring it out.
This is the book of the commandments of God,
Right.
and the law that endured forever.
That what?
That endured forever.
That just enduring in the Old Testament.
That endured forever.
The commandments endure forever. So it doesn't matter if it's New Testament, Old Testament. The law was set precedent, and it makes set precedent. It lays a foundation, and everything else follows it. It's all through the Old Testament. New Testament to the Old Testament. Right? Bring this up.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and verse 15.
Bring it out.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
Right. This is eschatology precept, meaning it's a future prophecy, a future thing. Right.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire,
Right. The Lord gonna come with fire.
and with his chariots like a whirlwind,
Right.
to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
No, he gonna come and plead with all flesh with his fire and with sword. Continue.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens,
People that sanctifying themselves and they purifying themselves with what?
in the midst, Slaki, themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh,
Eating what?
eating swine's flesh, and the abomination,
And any abomination.
Right.
Continue on.
and the mouse,
The what?
and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord. Shall be consumed together, said the Lord.
Be consumed together, being slain, being persecuted by the Lord. This is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Is going to be doing all this killing and slaying. So if you found eating pork or any other abomination in your temple, he's gonna kill you. And that's a future prophecy that's not even happening. To show that the Leviticus 11 and 7 and all the commandments still is supposed to be upheld today.
Right.
That makes sense, brother?
It does, yeah.
Okay. So hey, we gotta keep the Sabbath day holy. Hey, we gotta make sure we don't eat crab, shrimp, or lobster. Then we also gotta wear fringes. You ever heard of fringes? Let's bring that out for the brother. The brother know a lot already,
Yeah.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15 to verse 38.
it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes.
To make them what?
That they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Fringes are what you see the brothers is wearing on the bottom of their shirts. These are fringes, brother.
Right? It says, in the borders of their garments throughout their generation.
What?
Throughout their generation.
Throughout our generations, the longer we keep generating, we still gotta wear the fringes. Continue.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Everybody got the ribbon of blue. So the mighty brother right here, the mighty brother right there, the mighty brother right there. I know the brother got his fringes on with the blue. Everybody got the blue on. Continue.
It says, and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And what?
And do them.
This is a commandment to keep the commandments of the Lord. So you will know not to go off in society. There's a lot of temptation going around here to have you eating pork, to have you committing fornication in the Lord. And so look at the fringes, and you touch them, you hold them, and you remember to keep the commandments.
That's right.
Right? So those are 3 commandments, but there's over 600 commandments that you could learn and should apply to your life. Right? So, you know, if you got any questions, brother?
No, I think that's it. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother. You can find us here. That's our information.
Thank you
brother.
guys. Appreciate your time.
No problem, yes, brother. So you said Ethiopian Jews, right? Let me get Zephaniah 2:9.
God.
Huh? Is that 2:8? That's what I want.
This is Zephaniah
No,
chapter
I want to start at 8.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 6. In the seacoast shall be dwellings, and cottages for shepherds, and folds for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon in the houses of Ascalon.
The house of who?
In the houses of Ascalon.
Feeding on the house of Ascalon. Continue.
They shall lie down in the evening, for the Lord their God shall visit them and turn away their captivity.
Right.
I have heard the reproach of Moab, and
Now we talking about Moab, right?
and the revilings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel.
God of who?
The God of Israel.
The God is the God of Israel, right? So this is a separate nation between all these other nations in the world, right? It's only one God to one nation of people.
Surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah.
Right? So they meaning Sodom and Gomorrah, they're gonna be burnt down to waste. Continue on.
Even the breeding of nettles and saw pits and a perpetual desolation.
It's gonna be a perpetual desolation. What do that mean? What do a perpetual desolation mean? Desolation. Forever. Continue waste, right?
It says, the residue of my people shall spoil them,
We gonna do what?
and the residue of my people shall spoil them,
We gonna spoil them, right?
and the remnant of my people shall possess them.
We gonna what?
Shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts.
The Moab and Ammon, they very prideful, and they look down on us as people, which is the so-called Chinese people or the Asian people. They look down on us as a people.
That's right.
The Lord will be terrible unto them.
What?
The Lord will be terrible unto them. For he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all the isles of the heathen.
What?
All the isles of the heathen.
All they gods is gonna be into waste. No more Sheba. No more what's his name? Bisha. No more Buddha. No more of that. It ain't gonna be no more. It's ain't gonna be normal. The Lord gonna destroy all of them.
That's right.
As far as idol work, because they ain't nobody as well. I mean, as today, but
Verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also.
ye what?
Ye Ethiopians also.
He say ye what?
Ye Ethiopians also.
He say ye Ethiopians also. So they gonna get it as well. Continue on.
Ye shall be slain by my sword.
Gonna be what?
Ye shall be slain by my sword. That's it.
And that's it. So the Ethiopians gonna get everything done to them as far as to get treated like a heathen. So there's no such thing as a Ethiopian Jew. There's no such thing. Because to be a Judah, you got to come from the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, from the seed line of Judah. They come from a whole different lineage, which is Ham. You got the Bible Campaign Dictionary? Bring this out. They come from a whole different set of lineage. Like African people, they African. That's an African nation. African nation and us over here in America, we're not the same people. We're two different nations.
It's the dictionary of the Bible. Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
Youngest who?
The youngest son of Noah.
Noah has sons, 3 sons, right? Continue on.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the...
Meaning the progenitor, meaning the beginning, right?
Right, he became the progenitor of the dark races.
Right. The dark races.
Not the Negroes.
Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes, right? Continue on.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians.
Who?
Ethiopians.
Who?
Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians. So they can't be Jews. Not at all.
Where do they get that claim then?
I don't know. Who knows? They actually get that claim because of King Solomon. They say that King Solomon had relations with Queen Sheba, which when you go to the text of what's that? First Kings what 10? Was it 10?
Who built the first temple, right?
So what?
Solomon was the one who helped build the first temple, right?
Yeah, he the one that built the first temple. No, it's 10. It's 10. I'll read from there.
God, 1 Kings chapter 10 and verse 1. And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon,
Right, so Queen of Sheba heard of the famous Solomon. Continue on.
concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions.
Came to prove him, to ask him questions, because if you know about Solomon, he was the wisest man that ever walked the earth. Right? Continue on.
And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices, and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. And Solomon told her all her questions.
He answered all the hard questions that she wanted to answer. Right? Continue on.
There was not anything hid from the king which he told her not.
Basically, she could not confound him.
Right.
He knew everything. He knew every nick and cranny. Continue on.
And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom, and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his accent by which he went up unto the house of the Lord, there was no more spirit in her.
It was what?
There was no more spirit in her. And she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in my own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom.
Everything that she heard about King Solomon was true. Right? Continue on.
Howbeit I believed not the words until I came, and mine eyes had seen it.
Right? You have to show what's going on.
And behold, the half was not told me. Thy wisdom was prosperity, exceeded the fame which I heard. Right? It says, happy are thy men, happy are these thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and hear thy wisdom. Blessed. Verse 13. It says, and King Solomon gave unto the queen of Sheba all her desire, whatsoever she asked, beside that which Solomon gave her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants.
That's what happened. He gave her all the things that she wanted.
Travel met Solomon and saw what he was about.
Well, she heard about him. She got wind of him and heard things about him, and so she went to go inquire for herself.
So she adopted that ideology and brought it back to her.
I don't. Who knows? Maybe. But one thing about it, some of our people are Israelites that's over there because our people are scattered everywhere. But at the same token, they wouldn't be Ethiopian. They would just be Hebrew Israelites from a respective tribe. So most of our people, like I said, they are scattered. Let me get second. No, I'm trying to think of the place. Baruch 2. Yeah. Baruch 2 and start at 5. Most of our people are scattered everywhere. Right?
This is Baruch.
2 and 4.
This is Baruch chapter 2 and verse 4. Moreover, he hath delivered them to be in subjection.
What?
To be in subjection
Right.
to all the kingdoms that are round about us.
Right. That's what the Lord, right? Continue.
To be as a reproach.
To be as what?
To be as a reproach and desolation among the people round about.
Right.
Where the Lord has scattered them.
Lord of what?
Where the Lord has scattered them.
The Lord has scattered them. Continue.
Thus we were cast down and not exalted,
Right.
because we have sinned against the Lord our God, and have not been obedient unto his voice,
Right.
to the Lord our God, and appertain.
That's it on that. So we know that everybody's from the east part of the world, right? So everywhere in the world we were scattered in all these provinces.
Anthropology, yeah, it's all that.
Yeah. So when you look on like all the maps in that region, the land of Jerusalem, all these places, we scattered all of those provinces in the world. Isaiah 11:11, bring that up.
This is Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass,
It will happen.
and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Asia and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush.
Where?
And from Cush.
And Cush is the ancient name for the Ethiopians. So a lot of our people's in all those provinces in the world, because we were scattered everywhere in the world. That's a mighty precept.
That's my last real question. I guess to the current Israel kingdom. Do you have any opinions on like a solution?
Ain't no solution, but the only solution is they firing over land that don't even belong to neither one of them.
That's right.
That's first and foremost.
That's right.
Let's get that correct first. They firing over land that don't even belong to neither of them. It belongs to us.
That's right.
So once they
Why
get
does it
cleansed
belong
out,
to us and not
because that's our land. We're Israelites. What do you mean?
Like as Israelites, should other Israelites have claims on our land?
Okay, wait. Say that one more time.
As Israelites, do you think that other Israelites have
Okay, what you mean by other Israelites?
other diaspora?
It's only the diaspora Israelites you looking at them mostly.
Well, I mean,
Which are
I feel like we're a part. Yeah, I wouldn't deny that.
I'm saying they not Israelites. I'm saying that.
Right.
I'm gonna say we're Israelites and they not.
Do y'all study like the Torah, the Talmud,
Do you know what the Torah is?
the Torah or Talmud?
I'm gonna say, do you know what the Torah is?
No, it's the word of Quran.
No. That's not all it is the first 5 books of the Bible. The Torah is literally just the first 5 books of the Bible. And no, I don't care about the Talmud. The Talmud, it's a lot of folly in the Talmud, right? And let me get Titus. Is it Titus I want? 1 and 12, right? Titus 1 and 12, right? I think that's 1. Right? The Talmud is nothing but folly. They said who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ is burning in the hot lake of boo-boo.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Folly.
There's a lot of dark energy from the Talmud.
So let me look at this precept real quick. It's a certain precept. Huh? Jewish fables. It's not burning. 13? Dang, I cannot think of it. Is it Titus? That one?
This is the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables.
Not giving what?
Not giving heed to Jewish fables.
I said not giving heed to Jewish fables. This is rare. This precept is rare, right? Because this never say Jewish in the Bible, literally. So Jewish, it means don't even listen to the Jewish fables, meaning lies. It's all made up, and that's what the Talmud is. No, I don't study the Talmud. I study the Torah, Tanakh, the Gospels, and that's it. And the epistles too, and the Apocrypha too, which is a part of the.
How do you feel about the red heifer sacrifice?
Well, that's all part of prophecy.
But do you think that's the right way to go? Sacrificing the red heifer.
Well, it's all part of
destroying the Dome of the Rock and creating the third temple. Like that's just how it's gonna be.
Well, they like I said, that's all part of prophecy. They trying to what's the word? They trying to quicken prophecy up. Because the third temple is already getting built up.
Yeah.
You can see the third temple. This is the third temple right here being built up. All the Israelites around the world that's being built up. That's the temple. So the temple, they actually thinking it's a physical temple, but it's a spiritual thing. Right?
See that?
Yeah.
Is that like prophecy that they're trying to do? Like, is it inevitable? Like,
What you mean? Yeah, they're gonna do everything they're supposed to
is
do.
it like? Do you think it's backed like Christians? Is it backed by the Bible teaching? Like,
What you mean?
Does the Bible talk about the red heifer sacrifice and what that means for like the third temple and the Mount of Olives? I don't know.
Yeah, all those things are just things that's all leading up to the second coming of Christ. You know, so that all those things that's happening, the abomination, the desolation, it's all happening as you speak. But like I said, the third temple is a spiritual thing more than a physical thing, and that's what they're doing, trying to build a third temple, and it's not literal. It's physical. I mean, it's not literal. It's spiritual. Yeah. So no, we don't care about what's going on over there. I don't care.
You don't care as an Israelite. You don't care.
No, I don't. It's don't have nothing to do with me. They're not my people.
That's right.
As an Israelite, you don't think you're related to all the indigenous.
Yeah, we are related. They call me cousins and things like that. We all related at some point in time, but they not the nation of Israel as a people. They don't come from the 12 tribes. Some people might, who knows? But as the state is, the state is the Israelis and the Palestinians. They not Israelites.
But what about like the tribes that lived there before the Israelites came from Babylon?
What you mean?
The indigenous people that have been there before even the Israelites.
What you mean? So from Babylon, do you know the history of the Israelites?
Well, I know they came and settled in what's now Judah.
Well, the Israelites been to a lot of captivities. So from Babylon captivity, they went to what? Do you know what captivity they went to after the Babylon captivity?
Was it Babylon, then Egypt, or Egypt and Babylon?
No, they went to Egypt first, and then they went to a plethora of other ones, and then they went to Assyrian, then they went to Babylon, and then after Babylon, what they went to?
Was that when the Romans came?
No, they went to the Persians and Medes captivity.
The Persians brought them back.
So from the Persian and Medes back came in. You can read about that in First Maccabees. They allowed us to build the temple back up, right? So it's a lot of captivity. It's a lot of things that's happening on the course of history that it's got to take account for. So as a nation of people, even then, the Northern Kingdom all the Northern Kingdom didn't even come back at that time. So it was really only the Southern Kingdom, which, if you know about the split of the kingdoms, it's Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. A lot of the Northern Kingdoms end up coming over here to what we know as America, right? That's where they get the so-called Native Americans and the so-called Hispanics, right? And things like that. But yeah, to answer your question, so we went through plethora of captivity as a whole, as a nation of whole. We never came back into the land of Israel as a whole, as a nation. So no. So to answer your question, it's impossible for a lot of our people to still be over there. Not saying some of our people could be over there, but they traveled over there by themselves or things like that type of sort of nation. Because even the Jews, if you know about the 70 AD, we fled Jerusalem in that time as well. We fled over to Africa and start building up nations over there. So that's a lot of history that you got to go in between to learn. Like a lot of our people wouldn't be over there as a group of them. They might be, but who knows?
So you think that that whole situation over there doesn't really tie in ancestrally with us as Black Israelites?
I don't know who. I'm not a Black Israelite. I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
But as a Hebrew Israelite, you don't really feel connected to that over there?
I connect to the land as far as like I know my land masters over there, but as the things that's going on over there right now, it's
On like a political religion.
It don't have nothing to do with us.
Right. It doesn't. But at the same time, it does in a way.
It don't.